While people try to move forward after Friday's mass shooting in Virginia Beach, others are growing more concerned about their own safety in their workplace.
The longtime employee who opened fire inside the municipal building resigned from his job just hours before carrying out the attack. 10 News reporter Jessica Jewell talked with a local security expert about what you need to know to protect yourself and your business.
Friday's mass shooting inside a municipal building in Virginia Beach is hitting close to home.
It's just happening so much. We see it so much.
For local security expert Chris Rigoni,
it didn't surprise me.
It's another reminder of rising workplace violence.
We do a lot of that now.
He's seen it firsthand as the owner of Botetourt-based Executive Security Concepts.
Our main business now, sad to say, is employee terminations.
Companies hire Rigoni's team to serve as armed security agents or come in specifically when they feel there's a potential for violence.
I actually had an HR manager who was a little scared. And, to do a termination because of just recent news events. I have other companies that now I'm on their speed dial.
It's about more than just a presence, though. They'll investigate a person's criminal history, social media, whether they own guns or have a concealed carry permit, and if there are any red flags, follow the person's behavior for potentially months. It's a strategy more Roanoke Valley businesses are buying into after tragedies like this, but there are things you can do on your own, too.
Basically, this opens up, and it becomes a level 3A ballistic vest.
There's innovative technology you can buy to shield yourself from a threat, but there's also very simple steps you can take.
It seemed cliche, the see something, say something, but it really works.
Taking extra precaution ahead of time in hopes of preventing yet another tragedy. In Botetourt County, Jessica Jewell, 10 News, working for you.